welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a question that you've sent in.
Okay.
Is Cameco Corporation,
Hmm.
or CCJ, as it's known on the stock market,
Right.
a good investment? We've got a report
Okay.
that you've sent us all about them.
Great.
And it gets into some fascinating stuff about uranium,
Yeah.
nuclear energy,
Yeah.
the whole shebang.
It really does. It's not an industry that everyone thinks about, but
Yeah.
it's certainly powering a lot of our lives.
Exactly. So to kick things off, this report gives Cameco a narrow economic moat rating.
Uh-huh.
What does that even mean for someone like you thinking about buying their stock?
So think of it like this. A moat protects a castle, right?
Yeah.
In business, a moat is a company's competitive advantage.
Okay.
Cameco's is considered narrow because while they have strengths,
Huh.
like their high-grade uranium deposits
Right.
and long-term contracts,
Right.
they're also facing challenges, making
Uh-huh.
their position a bit less secure.
So their castle isn't quite as impenetrable as some others?
That's a good way to put it. One of the things making their moat narrower is this issue at their Inkai operation
Okay.
in Kazakhstan.
Right.
They had to temporarily halt production
Mm.
due to a problem with their sulfuric acid supply.
But sulfuric acid, what does that have to do with uranium?
It's actually a crucial ingredient in their uranium extraction process.
Hmm.
And this situation shows how reliant they are
I-
on a single source for it,
Yeah.
which can be risky.
Makes sense. Any disruption to that supply chain and things grind to a halt.
Yeah.
But the report also talks about some of their successes, right?
Yeah.
Like they had a record-breaking year at their MacArthur River Key Lake operation in Canada.
Absolutely. They really exceeded expectations there.
Wow.
And their strong performance throughout 2024,
Mhm.
especially that solid fourth quarter,
Yeah.
definitely paints a positive picture.
Plus those long-term contracts they have provide some stability, right?
Right.
Kind of like a safety net in a market that can be a bit unpredictable.
Exactly. Those contracts mean they have buyers locked in for the long haul,
Oh.
which helps protect them from sudden price drops or
Yeah.
market fluctuations.
Okay, so we've got this mix of good news and potential risks.
Yeah.
But the report seems pretty optimistic about the future of nuclear energy overall.
Hmm.
Where does Cameco fit into that bigger picture?
That's where their ownership in Westinghouse comes in.
Okay.
And this is where things get really interesting. Westinghouse is a global leader in nuclear technology,
Mhm.
particularly in building new nuclear power plants.
Okay.
So as the demand for nuclear energy grows,
Right.
Cameco is positioned to benefit not just from selling uranium,
Mm.
but also from Westinghouse's role in those new projects.
So it's like they have a foot in two doors, both the fuel and the infrastructure.
Yeah,
That's pretty smart.
it is. And it gives them a potential edge as the nuclear energy sector expands.
Okay.
But let's not forget about those risks we mentioned.
Right, like those potential U.S. tariffs on Canadian energy products.
Yeah.
What's the latest on that?
Well, the report suggests that even if those tariffs go into effect,
Mhm.
they're not expected to have a significant impact on Cameco's 2025 results.
Okay, so but not an immediate threat, but
Yeah.
something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
What about that other risk? The depletion of their key mines.
Yes, the report estimates that Cigar Lake,
Okay.
one of their most productive mines,
Right.
will be depleted by 2036.
That sounds far off, but
Mm.
I guess in the grand scheme of mining operations,
Yeah,
that's not that much time, is it?
you're right. It's a long-term challenge they'll need to address.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Cameco is already investing in exploration and development projects
Right.
to secure a future supply of uranium.
So they're not just sitting on their hands hoping for the best.
Not at all. They're actively planning for the future.
Good.
And they're also focused on becoming more efficient
Mhm.
with their existing operations.
Like squeezing more juice out of the lemon, so to speak.
Exactly. They've implemented some innovative technologies.
At their Key Lake operation,
Oh,
like
yeah.
automation and digitization,
All right.
which help them get more out of their existing resources.
That's good to hear. It sounds like they're thinking strategically about both the short term and the long term.
Yeah.
But what about the financial analysts?
Mhm.
What are they saying about all of this?
Well, the report highlights that the majority of analysts
Okay.
recommend buying Cameco stock
Mm.
with a fair value estimate of $53.92.
Wow. That's quite a bit higher than the current share price.
Yeah.
So putting it all together, what are the key takeaways for our listener who wants to know if Cameco is a good investment?
Based on what we're seeing in this report,
Mhm.
Cameco is a leading player in the uranium market.
Okay.
and they're well-positioned to benefit from the growth of nuclear energy.
Right.
Their long-term contracts and ownership in Westinghouse give them a degree of stability and diversification.
But they're not without risks, right?
Right. Those potential U.S. tariffs and the eventual depletion of their key mines
Are factors to consider.
Mm.
So before you make any decisions,
Right.
it's important to weigh these opportunities and risks
Okay.
against your own investment goals and risk tolerance.
So it sounds like Cameco has a lot going for it,
Yeah.
but also some challenges on the horizon.
Right.
What's the most surprising thing you've learned about them from this report?
What's fascinating to me is how Cameco isn't just betting on uranium itself, but on the entire nuclear fuel cycle
Right.
through their ownership of Westinghouse.
Yeah.
This gives them a unique advantage and diversifies their growth potential.
That's a great point. It reminds us that sometimes the most exciting opportunities are in industries we might not think about every day.
Yeah.
But this deep dive has really highlighted how crucial uranium and nuclear energy are to our world.
It has. And it raises an important question for you. Do you believe in the future of nuclear energy?
That's a big question.
Because Cameco's success is tied to the growth of the sector.
If you think nuclear power will play a key role in a sustainable energy future, then Cameco is certainly a company worth considering.
Exactly. But like with any investment,
Right.
it's essential to do your own research.
Yeah.
Weigh the risks and rewards we've discussed.
Okay.
And make a decision that aligns with your personal financial goals.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Cameco.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, from sulfuric acid to nuclear power plants.
It's been a pleasure exploring this fascinating sector with you.
Thanks for joining us. We hope this deep dive has given you a clear picture of Cameco and helped you understand what all this means for your potential investment. And if you're as intrigued by the world of uranium and nuclear energy as we are, we encourage you to do some more digging on your own. It's a fascinating field.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future episodes where we uncover hidden gems like this. We're exploring a new topic every week, and we don't want you to miss out.
Until next time, stay curious and keep on learning.